So there is something called privity of contract under the law of contract. It simply means that only parties to a contract can sue and be sued. One does not have any business suing someone that was not a part of a contract, a part of a bargain. Someone is entering into a contract with another person, something goes wrong, and you want to go and sue another person. No. Why am I making this video? Privity of contract is a very wide topic on its own. It has some exceptions, and the exceptions are also very broad. But let me just use a very little thing as an example to talk about what I want to quickly talk about. 4 or 5 months ago, someone called me and said, look at this. My wife entered into an agreement with someone. I was not aware. I did not even know. And unfortunately, the wife passed. And this is a very prominent person who does not want to have any scandal, who doesn't want his business, his company, anything of his, like his reputation, to be ruined in the society. So he wanted to do everything to ensure that he sorts the issue out, and this involves a huge amount of money. At the end of this, at least you'll be able to learn a lesson or two that, let me deviate a little, as a wife or as a husband, you need to be very, very careful. You need to trust your partner. Partners do some weird things that their partners are not even proud of. Like, at the end of the day, if you want to sit back and analyze everything, you just discover that in Nigeria, I go say, it don't fall my hand. So wives, husbands, partners generally should always carry their partners along in whatever they want to do, so that if it is not good, if it is something you shouldn't embark on, your partner would be able to advise you against it. Now let's leave that side. Let me come back to what I was trying to say. So the wife entered into a contract with some people, and it involves a huge amount of money. And unfortunately, the wife passed, and those people came for the husband. Now this is where the concept of privity comes in. So when this person called me and showed me the agreement that they brought, fortunately for us, because now I am now part of the whole issue. Let me not call it issue. I'm now part of the settlement. So fortunately for us, and unfortunately for them, I think I've made a video on this channel before where I showed you agreement, a part of the agreement where, I don't know, for people who have been seeing agreements, you see something like, this agreement is done, or this agreement is made or entered into between A of so place, your address, which expression shall where the contest so admit include his or her, his administrators. They will begin to name people. Now, I talked about this in this video, that whenever you see an agreement that is mentioned, in fact, they have made it, in fact, the standard of an agreement should be that way, so that you cannot talk about human existence without bearing in mind, or having it at the back of your mind that someone can pass, something can happen, person fit by, like we used to say in this part of the world. somebody can pass the person you entered into an agreement. So the reason why that clause is usually inserted is so that if this person is no longer alive to perform his or her own part of the bargain, you will have one or two persons to hold to perform that obligation. That is why they usually include that clause. So in your absence, they can hold your family members, they can hold your representative, they can hold your attorney if it is a company, they can hold other directors and all of that. That is the reason why they used to insert that clause. Now, like I was saying, unfortunately for these people, when they entered into that contract, when they drafted this agreement, they did not include that clause. It was just the woman, between the woman and them. Now, the legal implication of that agreement without that clause is that after that woman, in case that woman is not alive or in her absence, the agreement ends there. Performance ends there. Obligations ends there. They didn't know. I don't know who drafted the agreement for them, whether it was a mistake or it was just something they did intentionally. Whatever was their reason why they did it, I don't know, because I would never make that particular mistake. It depends on the kind of contract, but I don't think there is any contract that someone would enter. The reason why you enter into contract on the first place is to bind the other party that has more obligations, especially monetary obligations, to fulfill. That is the reason why you even enter into agreement before. So now imagine that you are now excluding that clause. What's the essence of the agreement? So when they now called me, I didn't even have to flip through the end of the documents when I noticed that, and I told them, okay, we'll get back to you. I now called that family friend, not really my friend directly, a family friend. I called him and I said, see, you are not under any obligation to pay this money on your wife's behalf. If you do it, you are just doing it out of your goodwill. Okay? You're just doing it out of your goodwill. It's not as if you're under any obligation to pay the money. No, you are not. He said, why? I said, this is it. This is the reason. This agreement only binds your wife and the other parties, the opposite parties. It does not bind you. It has nothing to do with. That is where the concept and the principle of privity of contracts comes in. Was he part of the contract? No. Did he know anything about it? No. So they had no right. They said they are going to court. I said, tell them to go to court. Please feel free to go to court. You cannot claim any amount from him because he was not a part of the contract. So now you see, please, I would emphasize again on the clause. Anytime you're drafting an agreement, someone is drafting for you, your attorney is drafting for you, look out for that place. Look out for that clause. Once you see your name, this agreement is made between Arret of so place and Samson of so place, which expression shall where the context so admit. If you are the one that has an obligation to perform, please understand that in case anything happens to you, those people named in that part will be held responsible to perform that obligation. And if it is some other person, understand that in case something happens, unfortunately, if they pass, you will be able to hold them responsible. But remember that only parties to a contract can sue. Don't let anybody come and try to claim try to claim money or whatever performance from you when you were not a part of a particular contract. Don't let that happen. Don't even shake. If the person is threatening you with court, tell the person, go ahead, go to court. And you yourself, don't try to go and claim money or performance from any other person apart from the person you entered into a contract with when you did not insert that clause. Like I said, privity of contract is a wide topic on its own. We will talk about it again. At this point, if you have not subscribed to this channel, this is Lots of Sense. If you're seeing my face for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Please like, share, comment, turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know I always love you. Thank you so much for always stopping by. At this point, I say thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video.